Hello, everyone, and welcome to DM101 Introduction to Digital Media. I am your instructor for this course. This is the 8-week online session. I have been teaching at Allen Valley College for 23 years, and I also work part-time at Aerotech News and Review here in Lancaster, where I am the production manager, uh, as well as designing ads and that kind of thing for the newspaper. Like I said, this course is 8 weeks, so it's a condensed course. We will be completing the same amount of work that we would be completing in a 16-week course. So you will have multiple assignments to complete each week. And the main software applications that we're going to be using for this course are Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator, and Adobe InDesign. So each week you will have various assignments to complete in each of those classes. You will also have a quiz at the end of each learning unit that you will complete, and it will be done on the computer. And those quizzes will go over or be things that you've learned in each of those different programs, in each of those learning units. Okay, so everything will be done through Canvas. All the assignments will be posted through Canvas. All the grading and everything will be done through Canvas. I will be posting videos, lecture videos that I record, as well as other videos that I've found on different sites, mainly the Adobe site. But I will be providing you with a lot of different resources for you to review and go over. If something is not making sense that I may have recorded in the lecture video, you'll have supplemental videos that will help maybe explain things a little bit differently than I may have done in each of the lecture videos. So again, like I said, it's an 8-week course, so it's going to go quick, but we will be doing, the same amount of work that we would normally do in a 16-week course, condensed down to an 8-week course. Okay, so when you first log into Canvas, this is what you're going to see. I've already posted a couple announcements welcoming you to the class and explaining how to purchase the Adobe Creative Cloud software. If you are taking this course as an elective, the 3-month subscription will be good for you. But if you're continuing on after this course and taking other classes in the digital media department, it probably would be beneficial for you to purchase the 6-month subscription. And I have the information here, the website where you will go to purchase it. And you can see here for the 3-month subscription, it's $40 for no, excuse me, that's a 6-month subscription for $40, and a year subscription is $80. In the long run, this is cheaper for you as a student because normally it's $29 a month through the Adobe website. But through this particular website here, College Buys, 6 months is $40 and a year is $80. And this is, like I said, beneficial for those of you that are continuing on in the digital media courses, that you have access to the software at all times when you're at home. You can do your assignments at home. If you're also going to be, like I said, taking additional courses that may be on campus, in-person classes, then you'll have access to the software as well at home. Okay. I'm also going to show you how to access the software through the college. If you are not interested in purchasing the software at this time. Okay. Um, so again, this is the information on the Creative Cloud through College Buys. This the app. I mean the website. Okay. Go back to home. Okay. I've already posted module 1, which is the introduction discussion board. And it also gives you some information about the course as well. So I'm going to go ahead and go through a couple things here in Canvas. So for the modules, you'll always have the modules, a link to the modules here on the home page. So each time that there's a new module posted, I will put the little icon for each of those modules, and it will take you directly to that module within Canvas. You can also access the modules through the modules link here on the left-hand side of the Canvas window. But I figured by putting it here, you'll see that right when you first log in to Canvas, and you'll see what's going on for that particular week. Okay, so again, this is just some general information about the course. Again, it's only an 8-week course, and the course will be done completely online. There's no in-person meetings. Everything will either be done through Zoom or through the modules here in Canvas. The one thing I need you to do for this first week is to log into Canvas and post to the introductions discussion by Thursday, January 11th. This will confirm your attendance in the online class. Doing so, like I said, will confirm your enrollment and avoid you being dropped as a no-show. So if by Thursday the 11th, you have not posted anything to the discussion board, I will be dropping you from the course. If there is some reason why you are not able to get that done by that Thursday, you need to let me know. Email me. My email is right here. And I check that on a regular basis. But I usually will respond within 24 hours. So please make sure that you get that first introduction discussion post completed by Thursday, January 11th. Also, to be successful in this course, you will need to purchase the required software. We will be using Adobe Creative Cloud software, which includes Photoshop, Illustrator, and InDesign. And again, I had mentioned earlier that the software is beneficial for you to have at home on your computer if you are taking digital media classes in the future. That way, if you're not able to come to class, you still have the ability to work on your projects at home and at your own pace as well. And I'm talking about other in-person classes. Again, there's the link on where to purchase it. A 6-month subscription is $40. A 12-month subscription is $80. And you will need to use your ABC email address to sign up. And then once you purchase the software, you'll go to adobe.com and create an account using your ABC email address. When you sign in, you're going to select the personal account option because you're purchasing it yourself. And I will be creating a video as well, how to, go through the steps of purchasing the software and logging into the Adobe account as well. Okay, logging into Canvas. You use your ABC. There's a link to the site here. It's the same login information that you use for your ABC ID, where you register and that kind of thing. But at this point, if you're watching this video, you've already logged in to Canvas. If you have any issues with Canvas, you're going to call the support number there. I don't provide technical support for Canvas unless it's something that I've done on my end and something's not working, then I will go in and fix that part of it. But other technical issues with Canvas, you'll have to contact tech support for yourself. You will need a regular access to a reliable computer with stable high-speed internet and a Canvas smartphone. A smart app is available to download, but you cannot complete your assignments on a smartphone or a tablet. You have to have a computer. Allen Valley College also has an open lab for students, for digital media students. So if you're not able, for whatever reason, for the first couple weeks to access or purchase the software, you can go on campus and do your work there as well. All the computers there have access to the software. I don't know at this time what the schedule is for the lab, but once I find that out, I will pass that on to you as well. Okay. This course is designed to provide students with an introductory overview of the media arts field, include print, illustration, typography, digital photography, video, audio, interactive media, animation, and game design. So I don't do very much of the interactive media, animation, and game design, but we do offer a course that is for animation slash 3D modeling on the computer. So we do offer those courses there as well. And we also offer web design classes as well. I don't require any textbooks for this course because they can be expensive. And I haven't found any lately that are comprehensive enough for this class. But I do have some chapters on some of the books, some books that I've used over the years that I will include in some of the lectures or as a resource for you to review. But I do have recommended books. So the visual quick start guides for Photoshop, Illustrator, and InDesign. And if you go to Amazon and search for visual quick start guide, you'll see that there are new versions. You also have the option to purchase used books as well. But again, I don't require any textbooks, but if you're interested in purchasing one of these textbooks for more reference, you can usually find a used version of it. So if I do used, you'll see that they're, a little bit cheaper than the new ones. That's a crazy price there. So, but there are reduced price versions of the textbooks out there. So again, they're not required, but just it kind of helps you, get a different perspective on some of the topics or the skills that I'm going to be showing you, written out a little bit more in detail with some of these books. Okay. Course information, the course is divided into 3 learning units. Each learning unit is approximately 2 weeks in length. It may go a little bit longer depending on some of the assignments. Some may overlap into the next learning unit, but all of the applications that we're going to be using this course build on each other. And in the InDesign part of the course, the last couple weeks of this 8-week course, we'll be using InDesign, and during that time you'll also be using Photoshop and Illustrator in conjunction with InDesign. Each week there will be a discussion board where you post your assignment to get feedback from your fellow students. I participate in those discussions as well. There will be a prompt for you to answer depending on the assignment that you're working on. And this is a way for you to um, interact with your fellow students, get some feedback on your work that you're working on. Everybody is probably maybe starting at different levels with this course. Some of you may have already had experience with these applications, and some of you, this may be the first time working with them. So by posting your assignment to the discussion boards, you can, like I said, get some feedback from your fellow students. You can talk about some issues that you encountered with the software or the assignment itself, or whatever it may be, but just a chance for you to interact with your fellow students. Grading, I will post grades for assignments 2 weeks after the due dates. If you have not received a grade from me by that time, please email me and I will get back to you within 24 hours. Another thing with the assignments, I would rather you turn in the assignments. If you're not completely finished with an assignment, I would rather you turn it in by the due date so that you do get credit, but then you'll have time to go back and work on it when you have more time. I don't want, participation in this course is getting things turned in on time, and there are due dates for the assignments, but I don't close the assignment so that if you feel that you need to go back at some point, you're working on the assignment and you realize, hey, I figured out how to do this correctly, or, a different method, you can go ahead and submit the assignment again, and then I'll, regrade it if you do submit it. So like I said, the assignments themselves will not close, but there are due dates for the assignments. And then announcements, I will post weekly announcement with due date reminders and if I have updated anything within any of the assignments. Okay. And again, I mentioned my email address. If you have any questions about anything in the class, or if you need to meet with me separately, please email me. I answer my emails as soon as I can, usually within a 24-hour period, but I will respond to you as soon as I can. But I want, communication from everyone. If things are, something's going on and you're having problems or whatever, please email me and let me know, and I will work with you as much as possible. But if I don't get any, communication from you, I'm going to just think that you are no longer in the class. You're not, taking, don't want to be in the class anymore, or whatever it may be. But please contact me and let me know what's going on. I can see when you've logged in. I can see when you're participating in things. So if I suddenly see that there's no login or no participation from you, I'm going to then think at that point that you're no longer interested in being in the class, and that will turn into me possibly dropping you from the course if there's no contact or communication from you. Okay. All right, so let me go to module 1 here. Okay, so when you log in to the class, this is the only module that you will see at this time. So it's welcome to DM101 Digital Media. Meet your instructor and course information. So you're going to start here. Okay, and then this is just going to give you some more information about the course. It's got a link to the syllabus, which I'll go over here in a second. So some basic requirements for the course. Have access to a desktop or laptop computer. You cannot complete these assignments on a phone or a tablet. You have to have a computer or a laptop, or like I mentioned earlier, there is a computer lab on campus where you can go and work as well. Follow directions. If you have any questions about the assignments, please don't hesitate to ask. My assignments are, assignment pages are very detailed. I have specific instructions for certain assignments for you to complete. I also post videos that are explaining the assignments as well. Um, so I supplement the written instructions with a video as well. Name files in accordance with assignment directions and submit them in specifically designated formats, such as JPEG or PDF. And I'll explain those with each of the assignments as well. Failure to submit files as instructed might result in loss of points. Communicate with me regularly. Again, if you are having problems with the assignment or anything, please communicate with me. Since I don't see you face to face, I don't know if if there's any issues. Complete projects in full and on time. Again, I'd rather you turn in your assignment, what you have done completed by the due date. If it's not 100% complete, that's fine. I'd rather you turn it in so you can get some credit. And then you have time the rest of the semester to come back and finish up the assignment if you need to. Monitor your college assigned email account, not just for information from me from the class, but also anything just in general from the college. Your grades, not necessarily your grades, but financial aid and other departments on campus are going to contact you through your ABC email address. Okay. Okay, so weekly time frame. Each week's coursework will be posted on Friday morning. Unless otherwise noted, all graded assignments must be completed and submitted by 8 a.m. the following Saturday morning, allowing you a full week to complete your work. And make an effort to get feedback and grades returned within a 2-week time frame after the due date. If you have not received a grade for the assignment within 3 weeks, please contact me. Okay. Course breakdown, weekly schedule. Each module will open up on Friday at 8 a.m. and end on the following Saturday. So that gives you, again, a whole week to complete the assignment. There will be a practical quiz at the end of each section, which will be done on the computer. It's just a measuring of the skills that I have shown you in each of the applications and how well you've understood those concepts or those skills. Don't hesitate to ask me questions. If there is something personally like you would like to discuss with only me, please send me an email or make an appointment to speak with me during office hours through Zoom. I'm not on campus this semester, so everything will be done through Zoom. Important dates. Each week will begin at Friday at 8 a.m. I have office hours that once I get an okay that we're able to, I'll post a schedule of office hours, but most of them will be done by appointment. And then weekly discussions and assignments will be due every Saturday to 8 a.m. Start every week at the Start Here section for important due dates and a breakdown of your assignments. Move on to any readings or videos. And then when you're finished with the readings or videos, please visit the discussion post and complete any other coursework listed under each module. Throughout the course, I will be offering an Explore category to guide you to important videos and external lectures. Okay. And finally, don't hesitate to contact me, whatever it may be. I will get back to you as soon as I can. Okay, so let's go to the syllabus. Okay, this has a little bit more detailed information. Again, my email address. The course is 8 weeks. How to purchase the software. These are the following days that the campus itself will be closed. These will not affect us as we as I post things on Canvas, you're still required and expected to complete your work on those days. Even if we're not meeting, since we don't meet in person, you still have access to everything here on Canvas. And then for those of you that are taking 16-week classes, you have spring break, and then the end of the semester is May 4th. And again, office hours, once I have my office hours set up, I will put here. And then any other time outside of those office hours is a by appointment only. Okay. This is a fully online course that will begin January 8th. I've already posted or published the course, so you can access it at any time. Again, it's an introductory overview of the media arts field, including print, illustration, typography, digital photography. And we're going to be using, again, Illustrator, Photoshop, and InDesign. I'll present you with some terminology, design principles, and that kind of thing. Online participation and attendance policy. Attendance and class participation is mandatory. You are subject to the same attendance policy as face-to-face students. Active participation in the course is defined as submitting assignment, participating in the discussion post, or by engagement in other academic events that indicate an online presence within a specific time frame. So that may be if I set up a office hours and a few of you join in, that's participation as well. Okay. All assignments, handouts, and required reading will be posted here in Canvas. Active participation is consistently submitting at least one weekly assignment, exam, quiz, or discussion between Monday and Sunday of any given week. Again, like I mentioned, if you haven't finished as an assignment, I would rather you turn it in with however far you've completed it at that point, than not turn anything in at all. If you turn in nothing for 2 or more weeks, whether consecutive or non-consecutive, you may be dropped from the course. Again, this is an 8-week course, so you're going to have a lot of work to do in each week to, equal that same amount of time that we would be doing a 16-week course. So, manage your time well with the class. Submit your stuff as you get it done. Don't wait until the due date. If you get something completed, turn it in, because you have unlimited uploads to each assignment. That way I know that you're working on stuff, and then I don't wait until the last minute to get things done. Okay. I will monitor your participation. Like I said, when I can see when you log in, I can see when you've accessed different pages or the modules or different things within the course. So I can see all of that. If I see no activity from you, then at that point, I'm going to think that you are no longer active or interested in the course, and I may drop you from the course at that point. If you don't want to continue to participate in the course, please drop yourself from the course, because as it gets closer to the end of this 8-week session and I see that you haven't done anything, you will receive an F in the course. So please communicate with me. I can't stress that enough. Communicate with me, just to let me know what's going on. If, whatever's going on, just please communicate with me. Okay. Grading assignments are worth 50%, quizzes are worth 25%, and your final exam is worth 25%, because I think your assignments are building blocks for your quizzes and your final exam. So I'd rather you be more successful on your assignments and treat them as real world projects that you would experience if you were going into graphic design or this field. Assignments and final project. This course will be taught entirely online. I will post videos for you to review, as well as step-by-step tutorials for you to follow. Each assignment will be available for 2 weeks. Each assignment is worth different points. Each assignment page will include the instructions, due dates, and total points possible. You're also going to complete a final project, which is just a culmination of all 3 applications at the end. And it's just going to be one final project. I need to take that out about the several choices. But it's just going to be one project at the end to complete. You'll have 3 practical quizzes. Final exam will be comprehensive, incorporating the skills you learned in this course, worth 100 points. Again, no required books, but I do have the recommended ones again there. The reasonable accommodation statement. If you need help with anything, you can contact the office with Students for Disabilities. There's the phone number, how to contact them. Safe learning environment. These are the individuals to contact if you need accommodation for anything. The SLOs there. Those are student learning outcomes, what you can expect to learn in this class. And then here is our 8-week schedule. Okay, so you can see each week there are quite a few assignments to complete. And then down at the end is the last day of class is March 2nd. This can change. I can add and remove things just depending on how everybody's working on the assignments. But take this as a general roadmap for the class. And again, each section will have, or each assignment will have a video for it explaining the assignment. And then you'll have additional resources to review as well, other videos, other step-by-step things that I've come across that'll help you with each of those assignments. Okay. So again, it's just a general roadmap of the course for the semester. And again, things may change just depending on, how everybody's doing with each of the assignments. Okay. All right, so that's the syllabus. Okay, so let me go back over here to the modules. And then the introduction discussion board here. So you're just going to answer these 3 questions here. Share a little bit about your background, where you grew up, interesting jobs you may have, anything that you want to share with the class. What is your major? Are you, whatever your major may be, if you're taking this as an elective, what's your major? Or if you haven't quite decided yet, just give us a brief introduction to who you are, maybe why you're taking this class. And then you're going to answer without telling us what it is, describe a hobby or activity you enjoy. And then everybody's going to try to guess what it is. And then you need to reply to 2 classmates. In your replies, reach out and find common ground or similar hobbies. So you can get, interact with your fellow classmates. You may find somebody that has the same interest as you. Just a way to interact with each other. Okay. So this concludes the introduction video. Again, if you have any questions or concerns, please email me. I will respond as soon as possible. And then if there's something that you want to discuss with me outside of the email, I can set up a Zoom meeting with you and we can discuss all of that. Okay. So I'm looking forward to interacting with everybody online. And we will get started on Monday, the 8th. See you guys soon.